Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Great League, showcasing another very powerful team featuring Azumarill. Azumarill, better than ever, with the new buff to Bubble for Season 17. Azu, also an amazing answer to all of the Talonflames, as well as the Dragons we've been seeing quite a bit of for Season 17. And also on this team, Stunfisk. In for Registeel on this modified version of team number 5. I just see so much tremendous play for G-Fisk. I had to make the switch from Reggie to G-Fisk. And rounding out this slightly modified version of team 5, Gligar in the back. Also has tremendous play, protects Azu from the grass as well as the steel types in the Great League. This slightly modified version of team number 5 from my top 5 best teams was amazing. And here we go, Toxicroak lead, nice shiny Toxicroak here. Did receive Shadow Ball with Season 17. Not sure if they are actually running it though, but they do allow us to get an entire bubble through for free. I'll take that right off the bat. Even if that was a Sludge Bomb, we would have been fine to tank that. And we're going to fire off a Poliwrath here. Hits for neutral, but Toxicroak not known for its bulk. That would have done quite a bit. And they shield that, so that means they've got something to hide. Here's what was hiding in the back from Azu. They had an Umbreon lurking in the back. I don't generally hard swap and safe swap the best answer. I don't generally recommend that, but sometimes you have to do that to force them to swap to get that energy advantage where you can. And obviously, G-Fisk is the safe swap on this team, but we're not swapping that into Toxicroak. So here we are in this Umbreon matchup. Gonna go for another dig here. They're already down a shield. Not likely they shield their tank Umbreon here. And we're gonna let their next move go and hold on to this early shield advantage that we have here in this matchup. And just going to overload a little bit here. Go with proper timing. Go for the dig. Aerial Ace will not get the job done. And they let that go. That is brilliant. And back in comes the Toxicroak. And they are forced to throw because we are resisting this fast move pressure from the Toxicroak. And a double resisted Mud Bomb does get the job done for them. So now we're just going to look to Mud Shot this thing down. We can take a couple of super effective counters in the process. Not a big deal. And they are running Shadow Ball, but I would like to get that energy lead. And holy smokes, they've got a Carbink in the back. This is about as over as it gets. And they recognize that. Good game to them. Azumarill, such a very strong lead now in Season 17 of the Great League. And here we go. Whiscash, we do quite all right here. So obviously with Whiscash now having a tremendously buffed Scald and having 2 ground types in the back, we're going to want to stay right here, of course. They can only go Mud Bomb in this matchup, and the Mud Bombs, although they do have stab, they don't hit us very hard, as you can see. They need way more Mud Bombs than they will get to in this matchup, let's just say. It looks like they're happy to stay in here a little bit. Very interesting to see. Generally by now, when they get to this health range, they're happy to swap out. So this must be their best answer to an Azumarill, perhaps. They're going to go for one last Mud Bomb on their way out, as that bubble did get through, and they should go down to that as we win the zeros here. So, they weren't particularly weak. They wanted to come in with a Shadow Galvantula. So, again, Azu, never done, always looking to get off a move as it goes down. And we do get off a debuffed Ice Beam, by the way. That does tremendous damage to this Galv, and we've got 2 amazing answers to this. Gonna throw Gligar in here, as G-Fisk is a little bit more flexible, I would say, in this current meta than Gligar, so we might as well put it there. Oh, but they've got a Suicune in the back. Holy smokes. It has been ages since I've seen one of these in the Great League, my goodness, but not necessarily a meme anymore, as it does now have Scald as well, the newly buffed Scald. So this is very interesting to see. The team very ABA weak to a grass type, so we do shield that. And we're going to throw G-Fisk in here to absorb the damage, as with Snarl, they get to those Scalds quite fast. Really hope we don't get an unfortunate attack drop there. We don't. Gonna just go Rock Slide to keep up with the pacing of this thing. We have to start grabbing those shields. Suicune, by the way, has quite respectable bulk. I would say around slightly above average bulk, I would say, for the Great League. So yeah, it can hang in there, and my goodness, with Snarl, it gets to these charge moves at an alarming rate. They're already at another Scald here. We're going to let that go and put the hope and faith into our Gligar. We throw one in the move, but they waited a turn, and they make a phenomenally clutch catch here. Holy smokes, well done by them. But I think we're going to be just fine here, because with the wing attacks and aerial ace, we'll definitely finish the job here. We just shield up this Scald, and we will hit the aerial ace, and that will be all she wrote for this very tenacious Suicune trainer here. We are saying bye-bye to the Suicune. Very annoying. Terrorizing my existence. Holy smokes, that's going to be a good game. Well played to them. But yeah, again, this is a modified version of Team 5 from my top 5 best teams. If you want to run the original version, that had Registeel on the safe swap. And speaking of safe swap, we had a Lanturn, had to safe swap our G-Fisk. We do draw out a Vigoroth here. Very interesting to see. Gonna go right for the Earthquake. They can survive this, and they do let that go. Perhaps not wanting to get baited with a Rock Slide. And this matchup is a little bit better for G-Fisk with this season, as Vigoroth is generally not going to be running Bulldoze in favor of Rock Slide, which is slightly more, or quite a bit more energy efficient, I should say. Now we can just go straight Rock Slide. Now grabbing shields from the Vigoroth, and it looks like they're committing to an aggressive farm down, and they allow us to get to another Rock Slide. Going to be interesting to see if they give up both shields. They do. To control the alignment, they fought so hard to control that alignment, and we are absolutely fine with this 2-shield advantage. Holy smokes. They're going to go for a Body Slam there, and we're just going to farm down, but they pivot, not knowing what we had in the back into that Lanturn, and we're looking pretty good here. Generally, I find that if they fight that hard on the safe swap, I've been finding that they have grass in the back. I don't know if it's still pretty early on in the season. A lot might still be going up against a lot of fairly inexperienced trainers, but they fight so hard, giving up 2 shields, banking on the grass in the back up against our water type up front. I saw this with the Whiscash double flyer line as well quite a bit, and it worked out beautifully, taking the 2-shield advantage. We're saying bye-bye to the Lanturn, courtesy of a dig from our Gligar. Shields are now down. The Vigoroth comes back in to throw one final Body Slam. We, of course, absorb that quite well. They go down to the wing attack, and there's the grass in the back. Oh, it's not going to work out for them. We're going to stay in to pressure them to throw. So they will and should throw a Frenzy Plant. And they do right here, but it's too little too late, I'm afraid. We have loaded energy on our Azu. We're just a couple of bubbles off, and they just will not make it to another Frenzy Plant in time. And Azumarill will be sealing the deal. We're saying bye-bye to the Shadow Venusaur. And Azumarill left standing. In the end, you love to see it. That's going to be another good game. Team number 5 from my top 5 best teams. Another banger for you guys to give a try in the Great League. Here we go. Talonflame here. Very good. This is why we're leading Azu. Holy smokes. So many people running Talonflame. Understandably so, but it's brilliant for Azumarill. Azumarill loves to see it. Another thing Azumarill loves to see in this Great League format here for Season 17 are those dragons. You better believe that. So they do shield our Ice Beam. We let the first fly go as we do survive. Gonna shield the next fly here, and we will make it to another Ice Beam as we were just one bubble off. It's gonna be interesting to see if they want to go down completely on shields. They do not, so they do let that go. We win the ones, and they've got a Trevenant in the back, so gonna try and make it to an Ice Beam. They throw on alignment to get rid of us. We're not going to shield this. Of course, we've got a Gligar in the back for this Trevenant here. So that's precisely what we'll do. I'm glad they didn't overload too much. They threw immediately, and we throw immediately as well, and they catch it on an Umbreon. So very nice catch from them, but we've got an answer to this in the back, coming in the form of G-Fisk, and that chip damage that they caught on the Umbreon will be quite nice, because every little bit of chip damage you can get on a Pokemon as bulky as an Umbreon is never a bad thing. And we're just going to look to throw with proper timing here. Go for the Earthquake again. Not common to see an Umbreon trainer shield the Umbreon, but they do. Holy smokes. Oh, they're just further cementing this victory for us here. Not to spoil it, but this is not going to go their way. They needed to save that shield for the Trevenant. They just don't have the alignment, and that's what happens when you lead Talonflame and you run into team number 5, guys. You don't often keep alignment. But they're going to try their best, aggressively pivot back into Trev. And this is fine. We're just going to let this go. We'll survive this, and we're going to just bring back in the Gligar here. They can't catch this one. Going for the Aerial Ace here because we do outpace them. And we are saying bye-bye to the very slippery Trevenant here. And right about here, they abandon the game. Unfortunate behavior from them. And yes, we do take that one in the end. Good game, well played to them. Yeah, guys, I would say that much like with Galarian Stunfisk this season, people seem to be sleeping on Azu a bit, and like I always say with G-Fisk, that would be a big mistake, as it's very good on the lead. We had a Dragonite lead. They safe swap a Licky. Gonna meet this with our G-Fisk. We do quite well up against Licky, so we're happy to place it here. Even though G-Fisk also an amazing answer to the Dragon types. We're ABA strong to Dragons, so keep running those Dragons if you want, but anyone running Team 5, you Dragon trainers out there are going to be in for a rude awakening. But here we go. Going for another Earthquake here. And they do let that one go. Very early shield commitment from the Licky. And I was thinking right about here, maybe they try and bait us, so we let this go, but they go right for that Power Whip. They are not messing around, but rank 4 G-Fisk hangs on. And they throw immediately, not wanting to be KO'd or have to give up that final shield. And we all know, Shadow Dragonite, quite squishy. I wasn't expecting a shield, but they double shield the Licky. Holy smokes. G-Fisk was about to flip switch, but I'm not about to give up 2 shields. So from a team breeding perspective, they led Shadow Dragonite. They safe swap Licky. Generally, there will be a Registeel in the back. I have seen it with a Alolan Sandslash, really hoping that's not the case. And the Ice Beam just doesn't KO the thing. But, yeah, we're still fine here. It's not the Registeel, it's a Lanturn, so a little bit trickier for us. We pivot into the Gligar, forcing them to bring back out the Dragonite. And we go for the Aerial Ace there, going to look to farm down. These Dragon Breaths are so oppressive, which makes Dragonite in its shadow form extremely annoying to deal with. But they will not make it to another Dragon Claw, and we were absolutely loaded on that for that Lanturn here. They're running Water Gun, so even worse for our Gligar here, but I think it might be up to the task. We do land that dig, and holy smokes, can we make it to another dig? We do! Despite them running Water Gun for Pokemon such as Gligar, we're saying bye-bye to the Water Gun Lanturn nonetheless. Gligar putting in the work, putting the team on its back to close strong. You'd love to see it. Good game, well played to them. So if you are also sick and tired of seeing the rampant Dragon and Talonflame abuse, you might want to give this team a try. But here we go. Poliwrath. This is the second Bubble Poliwrath I've seen, and I don't understand it. Bubble is just objectively worse than the Community Day counter fast move on Poliwrath. So very interesting to see that. We waited. I was feeling a little slippery catch attempt in my bones. I was feeling it in my bones. We do wait, and we do hold on to the energy. They were trying to catch a Poliwrath onto this Clodsire, and we had just the answer to it, especially seeing it run the conventional Sludge Bomb, and I would imagine Earthquake charge move set. And that's all they can really do here. I'm going to go for a dig, and Clodsire, as we all know, about as bulky as it gets. This definitely will not KO. But we can just take full advantage of our type advantage in this mid-game matchup here and just overload on energy here. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. It is now within Aerial Ace range. We go for the Aerial Ace, and this trainer loves to catch moves. How about this? Catch this Aerial Ace. How about that, trainer? And we're going to go for a Play Rough combo play to add a bit of insult to injury. We say bye-bye to the Poliwrath, and they've got a Charge-a-Bug in the back, and this is over, my friends. G-Fisk thoroughly shuts down the bug electric types like you wouldn't believe. So we're happy to let this go. They go X-Scissors, so they may not be running Discharge. If you run Charge-a-Bug in the Open Great League, you absolutely want to be running Discharge. Just for such an occasion, for Azumarill, for if you run into any fairy, really. Yeah, you don't want to be running Crunch in this meta. It's very tempting to do that, but yeah, you get stuck in these sorts of situations, but it was already over, so it's all a moot point. Gonna just throw Gligar in here to absorb the damage. We don't really have to do that. Could have just finished it off with G-Fisk, but we are playing efficiently here. We absorb that Crunch there, grab that final shield, and this is just about over here. They do still have that Clodsire in the back. Just going to let all this go here. And they're probably going to try and catch again. That's fine. We're going to throw one more Mud Shot and go for the Resisted Rock Slide. Should just about be enough to KO. It is enough to KO. And anytime you want to top left, they do. Top left there, as it was not trending in the right direction. Good game, well played to them. Nothing but pure domination in the Great League with this modified version of team number 5 here. Oh, Shadowzard. You love to see that if you're a Azumarill. And you love to see a Reggie safe swap as well when you've got Gligar lurking in the back. This is why Azu and Gligar pair together beautifully. They have near perfect coverage on each other's weaknesses. There are few better answers in this meta to a Registeel than Gligar. And Azu absolutely wants nothing to do with a Reggie, so they pair together brilliantly, guys. One of the stronger cores for Season 17 in the Great League. They let our first dig go. We're going for another dig as we do thoroughly outpaced, now grabbing shields from the Reggie. Very interesting to see from them, especially knowing that they have a very squishy Shadow Charizard that they will need those shields for. They get another very lucky attack drop for them, but we're just going to look to finish it off with another dig here. But they double down and double shield the Reggie. Holy smokes, hello. Do you not know that you have a squishy Zard that needs shields, trader? Holy smokes. Okay. That is A-okay. We're going to come in with Azu and shield up this Zap Cannon here. So, not expecting that play. Again, a lot of these inexperienced trainers will double down, double shield to control the alignment at all costs for whatever reason. It's generally not the play, but we do let that next Zap Cannon go, and we're going to go for the Play Rough. With this attack drop, I don't think this will KO, and if not, we're going to pivot into G-Fisk and get ahead on energy here. Get that very annoying Registeel out of here, and going to be interesting to see what they have in the back. Lanturn in the back, so this is great for us. They can catch all they want. I was expecting that. That's fine. I just said, I'm just going to throw it. Whether they can catch if they want, I don't care. It's still over. They're not making it to a Blast Burn in time. This is just a resisted Dragon Claw. We're not shielding that, and we will soon get to dispatch of this very disgusting Shadow Charizard. I want it off of my field. Get it off of my screen. I'm sick of looking at it, and now it is smooth sailing here. It was already smooth sailing, but even more so here. But they are trying their very best, putting up a fight till the very end. Hats off to them for that, making tremendous plays to try and get this one done for them. But it was just not meant to be. Our team was just very, very strong into theirs, unfortunately. So we do shield up the final Surf, get to this EQ. We do just about KO the Lanturn and a few Mud Shots. We'll do the trick to seal the deal on this one. Again, hats off to them, making the plays where they had to. Tremendous play by them. Good game, well played to them. So yeah, guys, if you have access to these 3 Pokemon, I would highly suggest giving it a try. Very accessible team here. Here we go. Lanturn League, gonna immediately pivot into our G-Fisk here. And generally when they stay in like this, they try to set up a catch. We're not having that. Not gonna have that. You're not catching an EQ on your flyer that you had lurking. I was fully dialed in and onto them for, yeah. Generally, if they stay in like that, be prepared, friends. Exercise a little bit of patience. And now we just go straight Rock Slide here. Absolutely loaded on this Gligar. At this point, I'm debating what I should do because we do have a significant energy lead here. We do survive a dig and we are resisting the fast move pressure. We're going to go for another Rock Slide. They can survive another one, and we will still struggle to farm down. And yeah, seeing that shield, I decide to bank some energy and try and catch the move here onto Azumarill. They throw anyways and decided to just rip the Band-Aid off. I don't know how advisable that was, but it was not trending in the right direction either way. So gonna let this go and just try and get what damage we can. And on this Lanturn here, gonna go for the Play Rough. And it's gonna be very rough because they're gonna get a nice healthy farm down here on our Azumarill. It's going to come down to what they have in the back. If they have a grass type in the back, we're looking pretty good. We can cook a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. It's got to be grass. Got to be grass in the back or poison or something like that. It is not uncommon to see a grass type behind a Lanturn lead. We do survive one surf. Still not sure what they could have in the back. The Lanturn absolutely terrorizing our existence. And they pivot back into the Gligar to hit us with another move, as they did have energy stored. We were anticipating that, so we're going to meet that with our G-Fisk, catch that damage on the G-Fisk, get rid of the Gligar. So maybe that Rock Slide would have KO'd. Maybe I underestimated how much that would have done. But we're back in and out on both sides here, going for the dig, taking out the Lanturn, and it's not the grass type we needed to see. It is precisely what we did not need to see. It's a very spammy Pelipper here, and this is over. We're just going to let them throw their move or farm us down. We could easily just top left as well. And we're not going to shield this. This is over. We waved the white flag. Not much we could have done there. So yeah, we tried, but good game, well played to them. Yeah, I think a lot of people are a little bit cautious to run Gligar, but when you have Azu paired with it, it can do amazing things as a powerful core. But here we go, another Lanturn lead, gonna safe swap into G-Fisk again here. And again, you got to hold on to that energy, but this trainer chooses to throw. They want to chip and dip, it seems, but we're still going to hold on to the energy. That's what they wanted to do, chip and dip and do a Deoxys, but we are absolutely loaded. And this, I wasn't sure with taking that damage if it was flippable, because although the counters don't have stab, they are adding up. And seeing how much they're doing, I elect to just let this go. It's all resisted and just go for the damage. Seeing a Deoxys behind a Lanturn, very interesting to see. Not really sure what could be in the back from a team reading perspective. And right about here, I think they wanted us to get them low, so we're just going to bank that and pivot into Azu. A lot of trainers will stop attacking to get them to get low, but it looks like they just unfortunately disconnected. And yeah, they're not attacking. So yeah, at that point, I think they had just maybe lost connection. And yeah, we end up taking this one. Spoiler alert, they just never came back to the battle. So we'll never know how that would have played out. But I was absolutely gamed and ready to give it all I had. But yeah, unfortunate end to that last one. We do just stay in there and we farm everything down. So decided to cut that a little short just to save you guys the time, let you know the team puts in work no matter what. This modified version of Team 5, amazing. I say modified because originally I had Reggie Steele in the place of G-Fisk. I just see tremendous potential in play for G-Fisk in the current meta. Generally a little bit more flexible than Reggie, so I decided to go with G-Fisk for this showcase, but you can run it in its original version as well with Reggie. Either one works. I prefer G-Fisk in the current meta right now. And yeah, Azu and Gligar, as you can see, make for a powerful 1-2 punch in the Great League, meaning that they are a near perfect core, a near perfect pairing for the meta. They absolutely put in work together. You put in a solid backbone to any team coming in the form of G-Fisk, and guys, that is a recipe for a lot of success, a lot of wins, and a lot of fun in the Great League. But guys, I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.